Hello. Hi all. Welcome to Bhavyas Arts. Today we will see pencil drawing and shading and how to bring a texture when we are studying about steel. Okay. So first of all, I'll show the reference image here. So this is the reference image which we are going to draw now. Okay. So this is the steel jet. Okay, which is having highlight values, shadow values, cast, shadow, core shadow, highlights, midtones, dark tones, light midtones, all values you can see. Okay, see. Now I am going to make circles wherever the reflections are visible. See, this jig is having handle. Here you can see the handle reflection. Okay, where you are observing reflection in the dark tone. In the dark tone, you can observe the reflection. And also you can see the reflection of this cap holder. Okay. So this is the reflection of the holder. Okay. And now we will see the reflection of shadows. See, this is the reflection of the shadow where you can see the lighter values. Okay, here you can see the darker tones, darker values. Okay, these are looking like patches on the stainless steel. Okay, the same thing we need to apply when we are shading with pencil or any other medium. Same thing, exact we need to do. Okay, now I'm going to stop the screen and we will see on the paper. Okay. So I have taken cartridge paper 240 GSM. Okay. I'll show the pencils which I'm going to use now. These are the pencils, different number pencils I'm going to use. Mostly I'll be using HB pencil, okay, and 6B pencil. Okay. Sometimes wherever the lighter midtones are there and all I'll be using 2B pencil. Okay, dark tones are there I'll be using 10B pencil. Okay, for blending and all, I'll be using blending stump. You can take two types of blending stump. One is 3 number blending stump and another is 7 number blending stump. So these are the two types of blending stumps. 3 number, wherever the lighter blendings are there we will use 3 number blending stump. Wherever the larger surface, more surface we need to cover, in that cases we will be using 7 number blending stump. Okay. If you don't have both of this, not a problem. You can use any tissue paper for blending. Okay. And next, if you don't have normal pencils, if you are using only mechanical pencil, This is 0.5 lid mechanical pencil. This can be used both for drawing and shading. Okay, when you are shading, you need to do more layers to get the exact output. Okay, more layers in the sense if we are shading with 2B pencil, if we are doing two layers with 2B pencil, then this will be double. When you are using mechanical pencil 0.5, it will be double or triple layers. Okay, so that you need to keep in mind. Next, you can use eraser like this, or you can use any molded eraser. I will be using this eraser only, normal eraser. Okay, and I'll use sharpener for making sharp lid. You can, if you want to use knife, you can use this knife. So this knife blade number is 11. I'll be using 11 blade number. There will be different blade numbers. Okay, according to that you can use. I'll always use 11 blade number because it will give sharp edges. Okay, so after this you need scale. Okay, usually artists um, they don't use scales, but we will use scale here. I use scale here to get exact value and ratios. Okay, so we'll use scale for vertical lines. Okay, so these are about materials which we are going to use in this session. Okay, just repeat again. Pencil scale, which is 30 centimeter scale. Pencils number HB, 2B, 10B, and 6B. Eraser and sharpener and blending stumps. Blending stumps number 7 and 3. If you don't have pencils, you can use mechanical pencil too. It's an option. Okay, these are the things which we are going to use now. Okay, can we start now? Okay, so take HB pencil first. We need lighter value first because if we draw dark, when we erase it, it will leave impression. Okay, when it leaves impression while shading, it will be difficult to cover that. Okay, so first of all, you need to draw very lightly. Okay, your pencil lid is made up of graphite material. Okay, so you need to sharpen your pencil lid with sharpener. Okay. Now we will start the class. Okay. Now take 30 centimeter scale approximately in the middle of the paper. How to stick this paper? You need to stick paper to a plank in vertical direction because the reference image which we have saw that is in vertical way. Okay, did you understood? Okay, so to get that you need to stick your paper in vertical direction. Stick paper with non-adhesive tape. Okay, if you don't have non-adhesive tape, you can use cello tape also. But while removing this tape, you should be very much careful because you might get slit in the paper. Okay? Okay. Now I will be drawing one vertical line. I am taking a approximate value ratio. You need to draw vertical line very lightly. No, don't draw it dark. Okay. Okay. So this is the light line. Here I am drawing little bit dark so that you can able to see. But in your paper you need to draw it light. Okay. Don't draw it dark. Again I am repeating. Okay. Now we will take the length of the object. Okay. Height of the object first we will see. See how to measure. You need to understand the pencil height first, like this. Okay, this much height is there for the pencil. Now what I'll do, I'll measure with the pencil, and I got this much. When I place this pencil on the line, this much, yeah, this line will be the down part where we need to stop the last edge of the jet, and approximate value I'll take. Hmm. So this line will be the above part. Okay, like this you need to take ratio. Understood? Now everyone take ratio. Approximately, no need to measure with scale and all. Approximately you can take. Okay. Now, whenever we see any object, what we need to do, we need to understand what type of geometrical shape you can give to that object. Now, I'm going to share the screen. You can check here. I'll show how to see, give the geometrical shape to the object. Okay. What are the geometrical shapes you know? Circle, square, rectangle, triangle. Okay. Trapezium, hexagon, pentagon, octagon, like that. They are called as geometrical shape. Okay. Whatever object you see, you need to imagine according to the geometrical shape. You should not draw directly what you see. Okay. First, you need to develop the lines with geometrical shape. Now, what I'll do, I'll show. See here, I'm drawing one line here. Okay. And one line here till down, one more line here, and one line here. So what is this shape? This is a square. Okay. Above part. What is this shape? That is a semicircle. And for the handle part, like this. Okay. And for this part, don't draw any curves. You just draw with lines first. Okay. Lines will define the shape of the object. Okay. This is like a curve. Understood what how to give the uh, geometrical shape to object? You understood this part? Now we will apply same thing on the paper. Okay. Now I am going to stop the screen. See, this is our paper. I am using A4 size sheet. Okay, if you don't have A4 size, if you have A3 size, that is also fine. Okay, according to that, you need to take the ratios. Okay. Now this line, this marking which we mark, this is for the handle of top notch of the jet. Okay, so you just take little bit down here and draw one line like this. Okay. Hmm. This side, no need to be straight, just draw the approximate lines. Okay. Afterwards, what we'll do, we will erase these lines. No need to be exact straight. Approximately you draw. Draw like a square first. Okay. Above part, draw a half circle. Okay. And this part, just draw one slant line. Like this. And draw. Okay. So, imaginary lines which we are drawing now, it should be very light. You should not draw it dark. Okay. If you draw dark while erasing, and what it will do, it will leave its impression. Okay. So, you draw till here. Now from this half, you just draw one more sweeping line to mark the handle for the jug. Just draw a line here. Just an imaginary line you need to draw. Okay. You see. Scroll up. Hmm. Okay. I'm zooming now the screen. You just check it out once. How the imaginary lines doing. Okay. These are the imaginary lines. Now draw it. So above the notch is there what I said. Notch is there down to the, so just draw one curve structure like this. Okay. So imaginary line for the jug is ready now. Just draw it. Draw it in your papers. Now what we'll do with the help of eraser, we'll start developing it into a shape. Okay, we will give it a shape. Now we will start from the side. Okay, see here, we just draw one line in this. Just erasing this side. Okay, and here I left little space. In that space, I'll draw very thin lines. Okay, while shading, no, we need little space while shading. Okay, so according to that, you need to draw. Okay, now this part, I'll change little bit. Okay. And down part, wherever the extra lines are there and all, you just erase it. Okay, we don't need the extra lines. Okay, and down here, please draw one line, two slant lines on the both sides, and join the down part. Okay, okay. Now what you have to do, just erase little bit, and from here, step by step, you need to proceed when you are drawing with free hand. Okay, without using any grid method we are doing, so you need to do it step by step. You should not rush and draw like this. Okay, and this part, okay, yeah, okay. So this much space you need to leave. Okay, just draw it. Still we need to change little more. So draw it this one. See, this length is looking more, okay, compared to the reference image. So we will reduce the length. We don't need that much length. We will reduce length. Okay. We need here little less length. When we reduce this side, automatically this side also it should reduce. Okay. Hmm. Okay. Okay. Second is now we will come to the heading. From here it was started. If you go to look like a question mark. Who will write question mark? Like that it should be. Then let's draw one good line. Okay. Now, we are not doing any detailing work. We'll first make it, get it into a shape first. Afterwards, we will see. Make it here. Sorry, here. When it comes down, it's, it just leave it without corner circles like this. The reflection. Which work like and then the growth can at the bottom. Check. Now, how the structure is done. Okay. Point drawing your papers. Once it is done, whatever the extra lines inside and outside the paper, that and all you need to erase. Erase all the extra lines. Take any brush, take out all the dust. So that by shading, it should not disturb. Okay. Now we will see the detailing part. Now for the tab, we'll draw like this. Circle. See the spark. Here you can see the darker values. Okay. Here, wherever the darker value tones are visible, there are no I the values. Dark even in the down reflection you will get down reflection. I'm holding pencil tripod board and I am using HP pencil. If not, while sharing what happens, you will miss out the actual ratios. Mention it properly, then only you will get here. See the spacing. Bring my this part onto your right side. And now start adding the reflection of the candle. A reflection we need to remember should be thin and should not be wide. Hmm. Then now in the handle part we will draw the highlight, darker one first. Automatically we will get the highlight. The color. Candle will go like outside of the candle. So that it will give the depth, it will add the depth to the object. So you need to understand where to gain the lines properly. So highlights value scale highlights are being completed. In the value scale, what are the things we will see? We will see the highlight value, midtone value, dark tone values, cast shadow, core shadows, values, and all we will see. All the things has been covered. Okay. Now we will move to the shading part. For shading, for darker value shading, take first we will go from light to the medium, light shading to the medium shading, and then we will go to the darker shading. We don't do directly darker. If we done any mistake, we need to correct it. Okay. If we put direct darker value, then correction will be difficult. Because of that reason, usually artists will follow this system. So use 6B pencil. How to shade? See, I'm shading in the stroke wise. While shading, you need to sharpen your pencil. Please come a little. So if you're choosing position, then sleeping in that position completely. If you're choosing standing in the position, choose same position completely. Same place. Okay. Assume the best first complete layer all the character values. We were saying the second layer. I'm holding pencil in sleeping at position and I'm holding pencil in one direction. One direction in the sense from bottom to top. This is the texture, okay? But we don't need texture here. We need character value because in the reference image we can see character value. So we don't need any texture, we don't need character value. So we will blend here. Okay? Blending also also you can use seven number blending stump. Blend. When you are blending, you need to blend it properly. Don't put too much pressure, blend it very nicely and evenly. If you put too much pressure, layer will come out. This is the first layer. Again, we need to work with that. Okay. Understood everyone? Again, take one paper and make like this so that the graphite will disturb the other part of the gel. At 60 pence only, I am adding one more layer here. Second layer. Take the brush also for blending. If you have, you know, blending stuff, if you want to use makeup brush, you can use. There are n number of options for blending. Not only the thing which I am telling. So now in the second layer, what I am doing, I am making the scribbling shading where I am moving my pencil towards the. Now first layer got settled. So second layer and like this. So that's the triangle reduce. Now on the third layer, you need to take 10B pencil and sharpen. Now just apply the shading with. This is the third layer. This part is the third layer. Need to remember how many layers you are doing. Again, you take the blending stem. Now I am changing blending stem to 7 number. Okay, I want it to be very slow. So I'll take 7. Like this, it has the flexed part will do. Take 60 pencil and second layer. Need to understand the reduction is completely pure white or it is looking like half white. Okay, you need to understand the difference. Half white or pure white. I'm not putting tip of the lid or shading. I'm putting penciling sleeping line position so that the area will cover easily. The blending stump has a 7. Should not put too much pressure while blending. Okay, what it will do, it will spoil the texture of the shading. The shading will give some texture. That texture will go much pressure. Okay. 6 number pencil over. Now I am using 10 number pencil for third layer here. Big pencil in sleeping line position. Don't use tip of the lid for shading. Okay, it will leave its impression on the paper. Okay, so because of that, you can see the white lines. Okay. So don't use tip of the pencil. Always hold pencil in sleeping line position when you are working with darker values. This is the third layer. Just with flashing stuff, finger, stabilizers. First, we are not adjusting any out shading or outer side shading, but we are not doing anything. Inside the darker value, we are doing. Now here I am adding the second layer for this. Be careful, you should not shade inside the reflection, outside the reflection only you need to shade. If you missed, not a problem. With eraser, it can make the reflection. It will be little difficult, but you can make. It's not a difficult. Can layers. Like again and again, I'm repeating that. Don't put pressure. Just very lightly you need to blend. You should not leave it texture. Okay. And then only they will blend very lightly. Now use 10B pencil for the third layer. Now you just blend it. I'm using 7 number blending stuff. Whenever you see any dust, just remove with the brush, clean brush, and dust will stuff. Best in the sense when you are shading what happens, graphite powder, excess graphite powder, what it will do will come out. Okay, so you need to remove that. Now again we will come back here. First we will see this one. First we will shade here also. I'm using 6B pencil. Start your pencil so that when you are doing tiny detailing works, your pencil should move easily. For each and every paper. Okay, now I am using cartridge paper. You are using normal paper. The so you are applying the same concept. Output will be little different. According to the paper weight. But different. The 140 GSM will be different like that. Now what I do with the blending stem number 3, you can use one number blending stem. You can use smaller number blending stem for this. You should blend 30 minutes. Here, it is not having any direct line. So, little bit of glass you can feel like this. So, the handle you can cover from the top. And this part, here, even this part, one member blending stem, just the grab it like this. Now, so only I'm not like you know, it's not shading anything. Here it is not carrying the direct white value. Can use the blending stem. Down here, the shape of this meeting. At the curve eraser is mark the different value. Small detailings what it will do will make the object look start look realistic. Okay. Now I don't need that much shading over here. Let me get just here. Good. Very nicely. Need to take out all the shading. Even doesn't have the plain molded eraser. So instead of that, it is this type. Here, here, check every detail you need on the check. It should not leave the details. Then take big stump and blend all the lines. Here you can see there is no shading. And it is carrying the lighter value. You don't need any shading one here. The blending stump or the can filter you can make it. Let's blend the sharp line. Okay. Tip of the lid. During the darker values, because it is a steel jet. The steel is shining. Steel by what it will do? It will shine. So because of that, the reflection also you can see the darker values. Okay. Here we can reduce the now we will increase still more shading here. See, since we pencil only, not change the pencil. I'm applying the layer there. Okay. Usually with 6B only we can achieve all type of values, shading values. Make it little fast, you can change it. So now what I am seeing, I am seeing that this is light is getting little dark. I'm value here. Even line should not be dark. It should be light. But also there is the left hand highlight. There is a release bit. The reflected highlight should be this one here. Okay. Now slowly you can see the value. Now what you do? Just take the main stem. Always remember don't put pressure. This your resistor very smoothly. Much pressure here. Here, sweet, sweet quickly. See, how we did you just so it is a step by step one part of the other part. Should not see the whole object at a time with your eyes. Then your eyes might get confused. So you need to see it part by part. Little, you need to see and one by part, like stuff. Any question? On pencils, they are not interested. Use soft pages. Should not leave any hard lines. Now what I want to include a more layer, one more layer. I'm using 6B pencil itself to increase the layer. The shadows, reflections, highlights will add from the depth of the not only this drawing, in every drawing, same concept will be applied and the perspective. Okay? Perspective also involves here. You don't keep all things in your mind and you should Um, you, you have 12B, that also you can use to make little more stronger value. Okay. Now I'm using 12B pencil and want little more stronger value. Drawing itself, you need to draw wide. If you draw it thin, okay, what happened when shading, while shading, you won't get that much space to move your pencil. Okay. So while drawing itself, you need to draw it little wide, the spacious, little wide. Yes, we are blending stuff like this. So that the excess of graphite, what we are doing blending with excess of graphite is like that we are removing from the surface. Okay. The pencil here. 12B, I showed you how to use. See, 12B for darker value you can use. If you have, don't have, you can use only 6B for the daily work. Need to worry about the other pencils. Even with HB also you can use, but HB little bit it will take too many layers. Result you will get too slow. It will take time. So what I'm doing, I want this dark brown, so I'm making it. For the reflection, you just move your training step so that little bit reflection should be in half it from that. Primer, reflected, reflected shadow, so I have done that. And so it is there, it is not there in the edge, smoothness line, so that it can look completely. If you leave this part, it will look like something missing, something pending is there, like that you can see. called state study. Everyone, without practice, we won't get anything. You need to practice it. Then only you will get. You know, even the tips by yourself. There won't be any tips. Only one tip is practice. So, I can say, you can't change everything. Here, accepted, it is there. Because it is a steel one. Okay, there won't be any direct white. There will be reflected white will be there. Okay, that will be remembered. Should not leave direct white. Okay, so this is the beach. This is the steel study, okay, which we have done now. Bye. Bye, everyone.